Yeah, and they.
Right?
So that, we can spend as much time with
Got something to say?
people over there. Years old and all your, would you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call to order the July 11th, 2023 regular meeting of the Harrison Planning Commission. We could all stand for the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our clerk is out tonight. In her stead, we'll have Mayor Nyer take the roll for us, please.
Mr. Graff,
Here.
Mr. Wilson,
Here.
Ms. Knock,
Here.
Mr. McMurdo,
Here.
and I'm also present, so all present.
Okay, thank you. Next on our agenda is to approve the minutes for our last meeting. Due to that illness, we'll need to table those minutes since they are not prepared. If I could get a motion for the same.
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Graff,
Yay.
Mayor Nye votes yay. Mr. Wilson,
Yay.
Ms. Knock,
Yay.
Mr. McMurdo.
Yay.
Okay. We have various visitors listed on our agenda that went up with our new business. And we'll address those in order. First on the new business is a lot split approval for West Road. I believe we have
Is there someone here for
Tyler
that?
Mingus.
Tyler Mingus here for that? Yes. If you could just tell us a little bit about what's going on with the lot split,
I think it's West Road and Drive Fork, right by the Whippy Dip.
okay?
Right. Mr. Schmidt, the owner, cannot be here. I'm representing the property. Also representing the Burwinkle property, finally. Maybe we can get that one through this time. Looking to split the property off. It is a orthodontist, I believe, is going to be building a building there next to the Whippy Dip, between the Whippy Dip and the corner. I think the high school still owns a small track right on the corner. But just looking for approval of that. They've gotten full designs, architects, it's all laid out and everything, so they're.
So it's actually Dry Fork Road?
It's Dry Fork Road.
Okay.
Yeah. It says West Road, but it's on a corner there, so I could see how
It's
that.
when you go around that little roundabout.
Right
heading
next
toward
to the
Heading
Whippy,
toward the interstate, you're on the right?
yep, right next to the Whippy Dip, between them, yep. Just looking for that lot split approval, 1.2 acres, I believe, or so. I think is what it is. Or so. I don't have my plat with me.
So did you supply a Mylar to the building and zoning?
That would have been from the buyer. I'm representing the seller. So the buyer had the survey done, and I think Joette did submit that.
Okay, because we don't have it present tonight. She left early today sick, so tomorrow would be the earliest we would be able to provide it if it's approved.
Okay, that's no problem. But she should have that from the surveyor, but
Okay.
we can,
What was that you said?
a Mylar,
The Mylar that we have to sign off on if we approve, Joette did not
Okay,
get
I got
that
you.
here this evening, so if it's approved, Andy will have to stop
We
by
can,
tomorrow
we,
to sign.
we can approve tonight, but it'd be sign off tomorrow. Is
subject to, okay.
there anybody against it? Mr. Chairman?
we have-
Anybody against it?
We typically wouldn't let the public.
Okay.
speak in
Yeah. We already had
Mr. Chairman, I
public
move for approval.
I'll second.
hearing. Mr. Wilson,
Yay.
Ms. Knock,
Yay.
Mr. McMurdo,
Yay.
Mr. Graff,
Yay.
and the mayor votes yea also. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Second on our agenda is a zoning and use approval for 135 Harrison Avenue. And we have Sandra Smith.
Hi, I'm Sandra D. Smith, and I wanted to open a retail, upscale, decor, gift shop, downtown Harrison. And I named it Sandra D's Atomic Boutique because I own a bunch of 50s cars, and I wanted to be a fun shop. And I don't know if you've ever been past, if you've been downtown, but I've had paper on it for the last year because my mother had died and my father-in-law. So actually, it's all finished inside. I spent over $10,000 to make this place beautiful. I bought chandeliers and it looks so pretty. And but I plan to have a really nice things to sell. And I'm a Thomas Kincaid gallery too. And so I have the license and a Terry Redland. So this is going to be a beautiful store. And I have men accessories. And that's my plan. So, and I rent from Drew. So, and I'm excited. I think it'll be fun to Harrison, and it's a beautiful store. It really is. So I spent a lot of money over as is. So
This is directly across from Catty Corner from the fire department.
Is it Dieter's? The cabinetry.
Dietz, it's directly across
Yeah, I'm
the
right
street,
across from her.
and then across Walnut from.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys drove by, but I'd started this, and then my mom got COVID, and then when your parent dies, and then my father-in-law dies, and something else happened, but in the meantime, I'm excited, and I think the people of Harrison and then people traveling through and eating down their door is exciting. So
Will your sign be mounted on the outside of the building, or is this going to be like on the window?
well, my husband is a designer, so he's going to just do a little one to Sandra D. and Tomic Boutique, and then on the outside, but it's way up in the air. I'd probably take a fire department person to put that thing up there. So, yeah, he's gonna make it too, because that's what he does. He does everything.
Is it going to be mounted to the existing hardware that's there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, like I said, it's pretty high up.
Okay, they're probably 10 feet up.
Yeah, it'd probably take a fireman to do that, but, so. I'll be
Thanks.
honest with you, I used to have a store many years ago down there, but before DORA and before COVID, it just would not, an economy, but I know about the business, and when I was down there, I did make some money down there, but I try to have everything upscale, my bags, my signs and everything's all professional. So it should be a pretty shop. And
Thanks.
I think I got pictures too already to show you guys.
Thanks for using the microphone.
Am I using the microphone? I'm sorry.
Thanks for using the microphone. I can actually hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm not much of a speaker. I'm a musician. I'm a musician, so I think I when I wrote everything down and showed pictures and
Mr. Mayor, this meets what we want down in that
So
particular area, doesn't
it's
it?
it is a permitted use because it's retail. It's here because it's in a change of occupancy and change of use from the prior owner within DRD. So I'll make a motion for approval with the following conditions. One, that we're approving the design of the sign. So building and zoning will administratively finalize the sign because of
that's fine.
because of the size, because there are size restrictions on the sign. There's no dimensions on this, so you'll have to stay
Yeah, he
within
was
the
2 o'clock in the morning
dimensions.
making that up. I had to get this in, so he did it all.
Second, if you make any structural changes inside, you'll be required to get permits for that.
Yeah.
If you're doing painting outside, you'll be required to stay within the zoning code for the colors. Stay with
Oh,
that.
that's his building. I'm not gonna do anything. The only thing I did was paint in the wall and put some little lights up, and that's about all I did. But
Trash
it's
will
beautiful
be-
inside.
Yeah, trash will have to be disposed of in residential style containers.
Please.
No dumpsters. If you add a dumpster or have a dumpster, you need to have it screened, but that has to get approved. But first, you'll start using residential style trash containers as a condition of use down there. That's pretty much everybody down there. There's very few businesses.
I always took my stuff home. I mean, I know. Yeah, I know. I know how it is down there.
With those conditions, I will second the motion.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
We haven't voted yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Ms. Knock,
Yay.
Mr. McMurdo,
Yay.
Mr. Graff,
Yay.
Mayor Nyer votes yay. Mr. Wilson,
Yay.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Next on our agenda is the conditional use application approval for 10259 New Haven Road. This was the Antiques Anonymous working out of a residence. It was subject to our earlier, one of the items subject to our earlier public hearing.
were both of you present for that portion?
I was not.
So, this is the home on the corner of Redcliffe Drive in New Haven, and the barn in the rear, they want to use that as a retail space to sell antiques.
Okay.
They have hours that they desire to be open because of personal restrictions. They're taking care of an elderly parent. They may not be able to be open all of those hours every single day, but I think Mr. Graff has something on a conditional that he wants to put on with the hours to restrict, not to enforce have minimums.
Correct. Okay.
So just kind of bring the update what happened in the public hearing.
Perfect. Thank you.
Did anyone have any comments on this one? Okay, I'll make a motion for approval based upon two conditions. The first of which would be parking limited to the existing driveway on the premises. The second would be the hours of operation not to exceed 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays, and 9 to noon on Sundays.
I don't want noon to 4.
Noon to 4, wasn't it?
Noon to 4.
Oh, I'm sorry, noon to 4 on Sundays.
He goes to church.
God bless you.
I'll second that.
Okay. So Mr. Graff's the first, Mr. Wilson the second. Mr. McMurdo,
Yay.
Mr. Graff,
Yay.
Mayor Nyers, yay. Mr. Wilson,
Yay.
Ms. Knock.
Yay.
Congratulations and good luck.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Get some good deals out there.
I'm excited.
Next, we have the conditional use application for 1195 Stone Drive, Hearth Brewing, or Brewery. This was the second item on our public hearing from earlier. Did we have any comments or concerns on this one?
The only comment I would have is that their signage is going to have to go through the approval process because it's not included. So it'll be back. You'll be back for your signage.
Correct.
Mr. Chairman, I would move for the approval of it based on the conditional use, conditions of the signage getting approved through the BZNA.
And do we need a condition as far as improvements on that?
Any structural improvements will need to get permits.
Proper permits?
Yeah, any structural improvements you want to do would obviously have to be permitted. You'd have to apply for the permits to do that.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Mr. Graff,
Yay.
Mayor Nyers, yay. Mr. Wilson,
Yay.
Ms. Knock,
Yay.
Mr. McMurdo.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations and good
guys.
luck. Finally, we have the conditional use application for 249 Sunset Avenue, which was the final item on our public hearing.
So I'd like to make a conditional approval based upon that they receive proper certification that they're to operate, including fire inspection, the building inspection, from the certified building official. From a safety standpoint, last thing we want is to see children in a school setting that don't have a safe environment, that they do provide a copy of a lease agreement from the church, that they either use the church's dumpster if they have one existing, or that they use residential style containers. That area uses residential style containers mostly for their trash. They don't have a requirement for parking. They got a big lot. So that's what I'm going to recommend.
So you're moving to approve?
That's yeah.
Wilson seconds it.
I'm sorry, do we want to add in there evidence of proper licensure?
Oh, that would be the license to operate that I mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was in there, sorry.
Okay, I will vote yes. Mr. Wilson,
Yay.
Ms. Knock,
Yay.
Mr. McMurdo,
Yay.
Mr. Graff.
Yay.
Best of luck. Okay, I think that finishes.
That is it for our agenda, yes?
Thank you all for coming. It's nice to see we've got great public interest.
How long is a conditional use approval in effect?
So the question's how long does a conditional use remain? It's indefinite until that conditional use ceases to exist for 1 year. And then they have to come back to get re-permitted. So if they operate for 5 years and shut down for 12 months, it has to be 12 straight months, And then they come back, they have to get re-permitted to reopen the school.
So then do you have the right to change that use if something,
So the conditional use would be there's many different ways for any conditional use to be restricted if they violate some code. But if they operate within the code and fulfill the conditions that we set, their conditional use for any of these that had conditional uses tonight are indefinite in period, till they cease to operate for 12 continuous months. You have a question? You want to come up or just? So we don't require a business plan with an application. If they're leasing a space, that's between the owner and the leasee. Some leasees may require that, or some leasers may require a business plan. I don't know. A lot of these, like the one conditional use, they own the property, so they're not leasing from anybody. The school's going to be leasing, and I don't know the situation. I think the third one was the brewery. They're going to be purchasing the property, so they won't have a lease agreement. They did present a business plan at council. Right. So, okay. Any other questions before adjournment? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Mr. Graff?
Yay.
Mayor Nyers, yay. Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Knock?
Yay.
Mr. McMurdo?
Yay.
We're adjourned. Thank you for
Meeting
attending.
adjourned. Thank you all.